Now, without talking
guys.
specific dates, let's
Let's have a
discuss
look
what's being
at
targeted
that.
and currently on track for release
Yes.
in just the first half of 2024, starting with Master Modes, the new
Okay.
way to pilot and operate ships we've been discussing since CitizenCon.
All right, so that's going to completely change how we are going to play Star Citizen. We're going to fly our ships in Star Citizen. It's already available from time to time in Arena Commander, in the PTU, so you can try it out over there. But you should definitely have a look. By the way, do you see the orbital plane here? Is this going to show us also how we are going to be landing here? That would be a fantastic addition, by the way. I don't know if you guys noticed this here.
2952. Now, whether that's every ship or a staggered rollout of groups of vehicles,
Oh, they have to show they have to do it with every ship. They have to do it with every. So it's just gonna feel. It's really going to feel weird to have like half the ships using using the old system and then half the ship using the new system. We're not gonna know which ship is having what. They can't do that.
depends on how work progresses, but it's a major change to the way spaceships operate in the persistent universe, and you can be sure that we'll update on it more when the time comes.
That's the power system, but
And of course, when your ships aren't in flight, they can be stored in the newly persistent hangars that
oh, so we're gonna have those new personal hangars coming up. Persistent hangars coming up in the next 2 quarters.
are arriving with freight elevators, freight kiosks, and the
And I've been doing a lot of ground combat recently with the Iraq Club, and we've been using those, the Storms and the Centurions as well. And it's every time it's a pain to just load the vehicles. We have to go from a station all the way to an outpost and load the vehicle. It's a huge pain. Being able to do that from a hangar is going to be really game changer, and I do believe that with this ability we will be able to see more ground vehicles in Star Citizen being used by players in the future.
the new cargo transaction system that we've shared on both ISC and this year's CitizenCon. Now, all combined, they form the next major evolution of cargo careers and will also have far-reaching, broader implications for the entire Star Citizen experience.
Nice.
And then outside of vehicles and hangars, there's also a variety of FPS combat improvements
Oh
coming.
yes, look at that, the new UI from Squadron 42 that we've seen in CitizenCon as well.
The first half of 2024, with improvements to reloading, the weapon wear and misfire system,
Oh yeah,
scopes,
you're
and
gonna have to make sure your weapons are working properly.
dynamic crosshairs, and
Although with bugs, who hasn't had a gun that was not bugged in Star Citizen, right? We've had that all the time. I remember playing with the Iraq Club, and I had a lot of gallons, and half the gallons were actually bugged and were not working, right? So we're used to that.
charge and drain, and even more we'll be able to show you once we return in the new year. And then outside of strictly FPS combat, there are new player character features coming, like the updates to the EVA system,
Oh.
the visor and lens system,
The visor and lens system, I don't see anything. Oh yeah, here maybe.
loot screens,
Oh yes, that is definitely going to make our lives easier when we're looting.
default item interactions, and the personal interaction
Well, just punch the thing? Oh, that's so cool.
system, and there's even new shopping and mission apps in development now.
Oh, well, there, I suppose we're going to have an episode of Inside Star. They're not showing us here, but we'll have an episode of Inside Star about that.
And while we're talking about apps, the first half of 2024 is also currently scheduled to see the arrival of our new character customizer with things like
Ooh, there we go. That's what I said. I keep on saying, guys, 3.22 is giving us new hair from Squadron 42, but it's placeholder. That here is the thing that's not going to be placeholder. That's going to be the real deal here with all the possible customization.
tattoos,
Wow.
piercings,
Yes.
scars, and yes, Virginia, it's true, beards.
Yeah. Oh, please bring it. Please bring it with 3.22. 3.23, sorry.
As for how many and of what kind, only Andre knows for sure, but you can bet we're going to ask him sometime around
And the mustache too. Do they have like a regular mustache? I don't see it yet. Oh, that's unfortunate.
March. And then, of course, if you're in-game, there's also a little thing called Mobiglass, an awfully big thing called Star Map.
Oh, we need the star map. Oh, even today we were so annoyed by the star map where I was trying to click on Seraphim Station and I had a party member who was there already, so he clicked on blinking between the two. It was so annoying. Please give us that nice new star map. It's gonna make our lives so much easier.
They're both getting their big updates in the first half of next year. And have I mentioned those enormous distribution centers that'll be the...
Oh man, so much gameplay coming up. Did you notice those new trees? I don't think those popular trees are in the game right now.
New microcosm homes for every gameplay and mission feature that exists in Star Citizen.
There's gonna be everything there. Deliveries, freight, FPS combat, stealing. It's
as well
all
as
gonna
the
be there.
4, 5, 6, let's just say several new and updated vehicles that are making their way to the persistent universe
Oh, he's
in
not
just the
telling us
first
which
6
one
months
yet.
of 2024. I did, just now. Now you can check those off.
Next.
Okay, so real talk. CIG hat back on.
Oh,
Now,
all right.
you're probably looking at your screen and saying to yourself, what about Pyro in 4.0?
Oh yeah, right. And what about also the replication layer?
Well, don't fret. The things that we just covered are those that aren't too dependent on continuing foundational tech work like server meshing. So we feel pretty confident in targeting everything that we just shared for the first 6 months.
All right, so because that's basically going to be easy to bring to the
But
verse, right?
when it comes to something as enormous as the complete Pyro system in Alpha 4.0, well, that's where the new preview channel comes into play. Now that said, Alpha 4.0 is
Oh, so it's going to be in the preview. Well, we've already seen half of Pyro in the preview channel, so probably we're going to see more of that with more of Pyro and maybe the jump
currently
points.
targeting a summer 2024 release.
Okay. Wow, we got a target release for 4.0 in summer. Well, I'm going to have to take some days off for that.
But that won't mean that you have to wait until then to play it or learn more about it. That's because in 2024, we'll continue doing playtests like the one we just completed, and you'll be able to follow along with its development firsthand on the preview channel.
Nice. So we're probably going to have different types of waves, wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, and so on. But it's going to be available for more and more people as time goes by. And okay, that's good. I hope that the next thing, the preview channel, would be the replication layer. Is there going to be any word on that?
That's the planets, moons, space stations, settlements, and outlaw lifestyle that comes within the Pyro system, but also an entire host of additional new features, content, and quality of life improvements like, fully functional jump points.
Oh, yes. Nice. Jump points. So are we going to be able to jump from... Can you imagine the first time we'll do that ourselves? That's going to be so epic.
The new quantum travel system, new vehicle HUD and MFD work, resource management, hacking, and much, much more, all being worked on in tandem. The preview channel will let you and us test 4.0 together while maintaining the stability of the persistent universe with all those other great additions we just discussed.
Which are going to have to be tested and tried and mastered by players like you and me also. Yes, that's a good point.
And then, in the summer of 2024, two become one, and we can avoid that thing that didn't quite go the way that we'd hoped.
The holiday live stream?
Holiday from a long time ago, maybe you guys remember.
And then, just because we're cheeky, there are still some things better left for you to discover on your own. And don't forget, we haven't even talked about the back half of the year yet.
Oh, yeah.
All in all, 2024 is shaping up to be the watershed year for Star Citizen. And if we've learned anything this year, it's that through the trials of
the last episode of
318
Inside Star
to the
Citizen this
successes of CitizenCon and everything in between, before that and coming up next, Star Citizen is a project that continues to iterate, to evolve, and to embody an experience you simply can't find anywhere else.
And that is actually right. And that's why I always come back to Star Citizen. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.